Low mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos, knocking doors down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made, walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a Coca-Cola. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser, I know you need it, smoking, not the
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Green Bay Packers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinals.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A good start. One play, 10 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a first down. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On second down, it's Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. Pierce has it knocked loose.
But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. On play action, they'll throw.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And some room to maneuver. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now back to throw.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
And this one incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They're going to look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when
and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Pierce gets this one running right. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure to give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now he'll throw deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
This is taken at the 23. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2nd and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Completes it to Sam. And he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther.
And he loses the football a second time. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
73 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This offense offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches,
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Malik Collins drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up.
Touchdown, Packers!
Christian Watson.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. 34 yards.
And the Texans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. On now is the Packers punter. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Finds his man. It's John Mechie.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They go play action here on 1st down.
He's got Jordan complete right side.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
Touchdown, Packers!
Christian Watson
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Packers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how.
It's caught inside the 25.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. On the counter, this is Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing it for a loss.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was a defensive